trying to have a good time. Nope. Who the hell are you? What the hell?
What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. We're in for the good reels. You don't have to. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man's right over there. The time has finally come. Scream 6 is here. We're going to freaking rank the Scream franchise today from worst to best.
Oh, man. Worst to best. I don't even know there is a worst. So I'm pretty much saying, in my own words, this is going to be from good to best, in my opinion, because I don't not believe in the term worst in this franchise.
Dude, absolutely, man. I think it's definitely the most consistent horror franchise because I honestly think all these movies are pretty good. They're all like none of them are horrible. So I mean, I guess let's just get into it, man. Let's jump right into this beast.
Actually, before we dive on into it, if you're watching us, let us know your Scream rankings in the comment section down below because we would love to hear it. So Brad, we'll go ahead and let you go first, and then I'll go next, and we'll just go back and forth. Brad, what is your number 6?
Last place for me is going to be Scream 4. Actually, this is a recent change for me. It's always been Scream 3, but for some reason this latest rewatch, 4 felt the most unnecessary of the whole bunch. When I was watching, I was like, honestly, you could skip this movie entirely. Not really going to change anything going from 3 to 5. So for that reason, I'm going for it. I don't really like the characters that much. I think Kirby's okay, but the rest of the characters aren't great. And for that reason, it's in last place.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Your opinion is your opinion. So, hey, I'm off there for it. So go ahead and put you there. I would put respect into Scream 4 here later on. But my number 6, not my worst, but like the least good out of all this, is going to be Scream 3, when Scream pretty much goes Hollywood, man. And I appreciate the attempt that this movie was trying to do. This is a solid trilogy within, like, you know, the first 3 movies of the trilogy. It did what it was supposed to do, a great third act between Sydney and Ghostface. So I had a good time with it. But other than that, it just felt one big Scooby-Doo episode that I would rather see Scooby and Shaggy take over and try to hunt down Ghostface versus the people that we did get. And that's kind of sad to say because I love Gail and Dewey. And of course, they're amazing, but it's just everybody else really don't care about. So dead last is Scream 3.
Yeah, man. Number 5 for me is Scream 3. A lot of the reasons you just said, but I actually I found this movie to be quite enjoyable this time around, man. I like the new setting. I think that's cool. I like the addition of Detective Mock Kincaid coming in. I thought he was a good character. A couple of the fun, the actors within actors, people were pretty decent too that I liked. I thought Gail's buddy, whatever her name was, I forgot. She was great. I enjoyed her. She was fun. And I like the opening of this movie quite a bit with Cotton and the whole voice changing aspect, as corny as it is, it makes things kind of interesting and spices things up a bit. And like you said, that final act is really what puts it here. That third act, that battle between Nev and her brother, Sydney and her brother, was really epic. So that's what gives it the nod for me over 4.
Hell yeah, man. Go ahead and go with my number 5. It's going to be Scream 2. And I used to really enjoy this. I had it really high up there in my Scream ranking. It's just like, for some reason, the last couple of watches, I've really felt the runtime of this thing. And here's what I mean by the runtime of this thing. I didn't have the problem with the movie being 2 hours. But the middle act of this movie was such a slow pace. Slower than what a normal Scream movie offers us today. I think the last couple of Scream movies, the pacing is excellent. Scream 2, unfortunately, not as much. But other than that, I think everybody looks their best from a physical aspect of, like, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette. All of them look absolutely in great and phenomenal shape and the best they've ever looked. Love their characters even more. Definitely another good third act. There is the big mistake in it with Randy Meeks, unfortunately. But other than that, I definitely still enjoy Scream 2, but it's mainly a pacing issue with me.
Yeah, man. Number 4 for me is Scream 5. This one also went up for me quite a bit on this most recent rewatch, but I can't put it above the top three. I don't think at this time. I thought the third act was weak, and at the end of the day, I found this movie to be very safe. Didn't take a lot of chances. Really cut that same formula that we've seen before, and just put new characters in, and it works. There's a lot of conveniences throughout, a lot of things that really tie the movie to the first movie, which again is a safe decision. Being the location at the end being one of those things, and a couple of family members and things that are just conveniently related to other people we know. But other than that, it's a good time. I like the addition of the new characters here. The opening of this movie is fantastic, and it provides a great modern commentary on modern horror flicks. I think it's great.
Hell yeah, man. That's freaking awesome. My number four, I apologize, my number four is going to be number four, Scream 4. Definitely really loved, I wouldn't say I love this movie, but I really, 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 really enjoyed this movie. And plus, this movie kind of has a special attachment to me. This was my first Scream movie in the theater during my birthday week. And man, just what really does this movie for me, I'm kind of like agree with you. This movie wasn't necessarily needed, but I'm glad we did get to have like a last homage to Wes Craven, because unfortunately this was Wes Craven's last movie before he passed. But what really saved this movie for me is Kirby Reed, man. I love Kirby. I think she is a phenomenal character. I'm glad this movie was not the last of her, which I'll talk to her in a little bit, or talk about more about her in a little bit. But I think everybody else was good. I'm definitely, and possibly in the minority, I am a huge Jill fan of this movie. I thought she was very effective, and her motive is actually a pretty good motive, kind of like ahead of its time in 2011 versus today. So I do enjoy Scream 4, but it's definitely not in my top three.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. All right, well, speaking of top three, let's hit it, man. This is actually a bit of a surprise to me, what happened here, and I think I'm ready to make the commitment to it. I'm actually going to put Scream 2 at 3. Which is interesting. I've always been a huge fan of 2. I still am. I think it's fantastic. I think it feels the most like the first movie. It really works well with the first movie. I love the Randy kill in this movie. That's the one thing that makes this movie memorable. That's the one thing that I think of when I think of Scream 2. So I have no issues with that. I'm glad they did it. It's just for the reasons I just said. I just found the new one to be a little bit more exciting. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, it bumped Scream 2 down to number 3, surprisingly.
Hell yeah, man. Let's see here. My number 3, dude. I've had plenty of time to figure out what I wanted to do with the 3-2 spot. It is such a difficult decision, but I finally made it just of now. My number 3 is going to be Scream 5. And guys, if you already know, I absolutely love Scream 5. I love the direction it goes. I love how it's what it does to a newer audience, gaining a brand new cult following of the Scream franchise for us original fans to educate them on. And plus, Scream 5, as you heard about the review that we did, the live interactive review we did for Scream 5, I said that Scream 5 is the ultimate love letter for the original Scream, and I still stand by that statement. So if you're a fan of the original, you will absolutely love this one, and I certainly did. It accomplished everything it needed to do for the newer characters, and it treated their legacy characters right. Unfortunately, Dewey didn't make it that long, but you know what? They still used them very great in this movie. So my number 3 is Scream 5.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Doozy as hell. Number 2 for me is the newbie, man. Scream 6. Came in strong. I really absolutely love this movie. I thought it was just a blast from start to finish. There's some things I would have liked him to do differently. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I was entertained for the whole time I was watching the movie. I had a good time. The pacing was fun. Brutal ass Ghostface running around New York slaying fools. And again, they do a great job of building the characters they set up in Scream 5. They're starting to get established as the main characters of this franchise now in this movie, and they really took it and ran with it. And I thought they did a great job with it. Good chemistry for the core 4, and just they were awesome, man. So again, it was just a blast. It felt unique. It felt different. It felt, like I said in the review, the fact that Nev Campbell wasn't in the movie, it sucks. I missed her, but I actually think it made it better because they took the training wheels off. They went in a new direction, and it felt like for the first time in years, this franchise was actually taking a step forward and not living in the past. So I appreciate it for that. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, man, that's awesome. So I'm gonna pretty much just continue the momentum of you said Scream 6. My number 2 is also Scream 6, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect Scream 6 to be here at my number 2. I really honestly expected it to be my 3 or 4, but still really enjoy it. But I'm just telling you, I can't get this damn movie out of my head. Even going over the spoiler review and already seeing this twice in theaters, one time in 4DX, I still want to go to the theater and still watch this movie. That's just how much it's impacted me. The newer characters, way bigger boost in this movie as opposed to, but they treated all, like the core 4, all of them felt more important than they did in Scream 5, and that is a great thing for a sequel and to carry on this franchise. I'm with you, Brad. I'm glad Nev Campbell was not in this, as her story is complete, and they didn't really need her. So this is the ultimate movie where, you don't need Sidney Prescott to make a successful Scream movie. You just need a brutal ass Ghostface, check. Characters we care about, check. Brutalness, check. Good chase scenes, check. I can keep going with that freaking checklist, man. It freaking marks them all off. And of course, I will lastly say my girl Kirby. She was just beautiful to watch in this movie, and it was great to have Hayden back on the big screen. So my number 2 is Scream 6.
Hell yeah, man. And it's got me excited for the future, man. I'm excited to see where they go from here. So yeah, that's great. Definitely better than Halloween Kills, but that's another day. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. My number 1 movie here is Scream, the original, of course. I don't know if this movie will ever be replaced. It's going to be hard to knock it off. I'm open to it. Obviously, I'm not thinking it's impossible. But, at this point in the game, it would take a lot to actually take that number 1 spot, because this is what set everything up. This is what really, changed the genre. This is what, it brought some life to the slasher genre. And for all the reasons we talked about in our review, it's just outstanding. It ages very well. And yeah, we love it for that. It's some crazy stuff, man. Crazy ass Billy, a little bit of stew, people getting livers put in mailboxes because they didn't live her alone. Jiffy Pop too.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was thinking about Scream 6 and the placement, there was a time where I was thinking about putting Scream 6 at number 1. But then I knew again that was Hype Train talking, even though well-deserved Hype Train. So you're absolutely right, Brad. I do not believe ever, no matter how hard they try, nothing's going to top the original. And so my number 1, of course, is Scream 1 from 1996. First off, can we talk about the freaking opening in 1996? One of the best scenes in horror genre history with Drew Barrymore, like a big twist. That alone is a reason enough to put this movie at number 1. But man, we had great characters. We had this great idea mixing a world of the horror genre with meta and poking fun at the horror genre, just to revamp this horror like the horror genre in the mid-90s, man, where it was just stuck in limbo land for the most part. So this movie has made a big cultural impact. It always starts back with the original characters. And of course, Billy and Stu, freaking amazing. Will never be topped as Ghostfaces, in my opinion. So love this movie. I could talk about it all day, but we have a live interactive review about that. So my number 1 is the original Scream.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. It's the best group of characters you'll have in a slasher movie, I think, and
of all
it never, it never recovered from that. Like it never got back up to that level after that first movie, and it just works to perfection, man.
Even though I will say the core 4 at times came pretty close, but then again, you just can't top the originals. So that's why it gets that extra oomph, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah. So, of course, more importantly, we just said what me and Brad thought what our ranking for the Scream franchise is. We want to ask you guys, what do you think about our franchise ranking? Do you agree with us? If not, let us know what you think and how you place these Scream movies in the franchise in that comment section down below. Let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can just find us at our social media pages down below in the description. Patreon's down there as well, so check that out. And yeah, man, we'll be seeing y'all soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't pay attention to the next premiere video or any kind of video we do, we'll cut you like a fish, you understand? Actually, no, we can't threaten anybody, so we gotta get out of here before anybody sees us. Let's go, let's get out of here.